Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to get mad with Rustland. Let's talk about it.
No!
What's up guys, Canadian Guy here, and do I ever have an exciting video for all you beautiful people. We got footage, we got images, and of course, we then will break it all down and analyze what we have seen, because there are some amazing references to this track. A huge shout out to Activision for sending me over this media early so that I could break it all down and be able to overanalyze it. Because, you know, I usually constantly do that. Anyway, let's take a look at the brand new track, MEGAMIX Mania. Okay, this track is actually insane. There is so much to break down here. There is so many nods to different Crash games, it's actually kind of insane. Before we get to breaking down the footage though, let's take a look at some screenshots. First up, we got an image of Robot Purah and Post-Apocalyptic Tiny. Now, most of these skins are following the same theme, and I'm not going to say Post-Apocalyptic 12 times in the matter of 2 minutes, so I'm just going to say their regular name if they are themed as such. But we can see a not-so-cute side to Purah, with Tiny wearing a skull. I kind of like this image because with Purah and Tiny here, and with what Tiny is wearing, it's almost a callback to the saber-tooth Purah skin that we saw back in time. We got a first look at the skin for MEGAMIX that you can unlock through completing the Nitro bar. He looks beyond awesome, and likely will be my skin of choice if I play MEGAMIX. As you guys know, I had some mixed feelings about this character at first. We can also see a new cart and an idea of the paint jobs that we are going to be getting. We also got one of the best skins in the game thus far. I also might be a bit biased because it's Dingo Dial, and, well, you know, I love me some Dingo Dial. But this skin for him is legit insanity. Metal jaw, pumped with orange liquid, and has mutated more towards his crocodile nature. This skin is just outlandishly good. Next up, we got Coco and Polar. Now, about a month ago, we had gotten the model for the skin from a data mine, but we had no textures. One detail that I really like is the two different colored eyes. I think this is a nice touch to Coco and adds a bit more of a crazy side while maintaining a colorful personality. Polar now is a cute little pink mohawk too, and I'm all for it. Up next, we got a good shot of Megamix and the new Cortex skin. Now, I have made my opinions known about Megamix. I was not a fan of the Game Boy Advance design. However, translated onto screen, and after Beanox working their magic, it looks better. A lot better, actually. Beanox has shown my Canadian maple eating behind up by making one of the franchise's ugliest characters of all time look actually pretty good. We also got a sneak peek at the new engine skin as well. And of course, we got Crash's skin, who is the star of the game and gets a skin just about every single Grand Prix. And this one is actually a really cool take on Biker Crash. I'll talk more about this later when we break down the video. Speaking of, let's go do that now. From the top, the first shot that we see is a ship on what seemingly is land, but this is not any regular ship. This is actually Engine Ship from Twin Sanity, abandoned and destroyed. To also make the fanbase lose their mind with plausible future characters, we also see Rusty the Walrus with his picture on the side of the ship, along with his name in graffiti right beside his image. This has happened many times to many other characters where their picture shows up in the game and then they get added in afterwards. So, is it possible that even Rusty the Walrus is going to make his way to the roster? At this point, with Beanox, anything is possible. Now, some of you may have noticed something from the track, something that feels a little familiar. That's because it is familiar. See the shattered piping here? That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ruse Tubes, except instead of the beautiful scenery of underwater, this is a post-apocalyptic ocean floor with all the water gone. This is proven by the abandoned ship in the middle of nowhere, the drying and dying coral, and the oil rigs in the back that seem to be drawing oil from what was previously underwater. We also see more evidence of another piece of Ruse Tubes later on in the track. At the start, we can see the portrait of Nina Cortex's skin, the only skin that we have not seen any part of in previous screenshots. We also briefly hear MEGAMIX actually talk to himself using both Cortex and seemingly Tiny's voice afterwards. Take a listen. The track is also Blue Fire enabled. The very first turbo pad that you hit grants you the blue fire you need to go top speed. But that's the only one to my knowledge that grants blue fire, and you gotta maintain it through a track with some of the most harshest of turns. We also have a new hazard introduced, jumping landmines, because, you know, there weren't enough hazards in the game already. The new skin for Crash is actually a play on Biker Crash. More spikes and goggles have been added, and the C on the back has been replaced with yellow spray paint. A nice touch overall. The next thing I noticed is actually something that now is one of my favorite things of this entire Grand Prix. I cropped and enhanced the photo for you all to see. Notice how the mask looks different? Well, this mask is not just made up. Those who are familiar with the size and shape can see that this is actually the Aku Aku mask from Mind Over Mutant and Crash to the Titans, but the crazy thing is, the metal over his face, the mask on the mask, it's a metal version of Uka Uka from the same set of games. Let that sink in for a second. A mask with a metal mask on it of Aku Aku and Uka Uka. Just let the awesomeness flow through you. Beanox, you guys are amazing. Now, We also have these boxes. These boxes have this golden glow, and when you hit them, this little orb flies out. This seems like a similar mechanic to the spooky Grand Prix with the ghosts, but will it work exactly the same? That I'm unsure about. I have an idea of how it could work, but we will get into that after the analysis because there are some questions that haven't been answered yet. One of the funniest Easter eggs is actually Rusty the Walrus again, but this time you can see his imprint in the metal door. This one kills me as a reference to the mission where you had to run away from him as the metal doors close. A really funny way to bring him in somehow into the CTR universe. There is also green scorpions here, kind of just, you know, chilling, cheering the racers on. I don't really know how or what these scorpions tie into in terms of the Crash franchise, but hey, let's be honest here. It's the apocalypse. There ain't too many people cheering on or watching, so scorpions it is, I suppose. Now, there is still two questions left that I have. One, will the developer times be included in this season? It was reported in a data mine that it may be added in this Grand Prix. And number two, who am I? The next racer's codename. Could it be a character that could be unlocked through the golden orbs that we just saw, like how King Chicken was unlocked? Or will it be pushed to the next season? Who knows? Rustland begins on January 16th at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will also be live streaming this Grand Prix on YouTube for 12 hours straight when it happens, starting at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this channel. We might also cover the Nintendo Direct during the stream as well, so make sure to be there. Now, at the moment, there may be more information floating around by the time you see this video. As usually, more info is released the day of that I don't get, so make sure to subscribe, as tomorrow I will be releasing a video talking about any small details that I missed. A huge thank you to all those who support the channel through Patreon and being a sponsor on the channel. If you'd like to help it out, check out the links in the description below, where you can buy some CGE merch or become a Patreon. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe for more gaming and nostalgic content. Thank you so much, everyone, and I'll see you guys in the next video.